Hello everyone, this is Manish, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can install and configure Hyper-V on your Windows 10 or Windows 11 device. So the process remains same for both the operating system. So the benefit of Hyper-V is that you can create the multiple virtual machines inside your existing operating system. I mean to say an OS inside an OS. So what are the benefits? You can simply use those virtual machines as a standalone workstation, or you can use it for the purpose of creating your own lab for the SCCM, for Intune, for Windows Server operating system installation. So all Windows operating systems and Linux are supported, so it becomes very easy for you because Hyper-V can be easily configured, and I'm going to show you the most easiest way to configure, and we'll be showing these settings, and then we will also be downloading the Windows 10, Windows 11, and we can create virtual machines immediately. Let's begin. This is my Windows 11 device. I'm going to enable the Hyper-V as it comes as part of the operating system. You need to keep in mind about that Hyper-V is only supported on Windows 10 Enterprise, Professional and Education version. Same thing is applicable for Windows 11 as well. So I have Enterprise Edition. Let's go and enable the Hyper-V. Click on the Start menu and search for Windows Feature. Here I have to select the Hyper-V. So once I click on Hyper-V, I click OK, it will be installed. But before that, let's see whether Hyper-V is supported on my device or not. Well, for the easiest way to get that information is open the command prompt and run the command SystemInfo. Here I can see there are 4 requirements: that VM monitor mode, extension, virtualization enabled in firmware, second level, address translation and data execution prevention available yes. So all 4 options are showing as yes. It means my device is fully ready. I have more than 4 GB of RAM. Actually I have 64 GB of RAM, but I would simply go and install it. I would highly recommend that your system should be powerful enough to run the Hyper-V, but at 4 GB also you can run it. Back to the Windows feature, I'm going to select Hyper-V, click on OK. As you can see, the Hyper-V has been installed. I need to restart the PC. Installing a Hyper-V can also be done using the PowerShell command or the command prompt. I will be providing you the command lines in the description, but I find the installing it through Windows feature is the most easiest way. So let me restart my PC and then I will continue. I have logged on to my Windows 11 device after restart, and let's see. I can see Hyper-V Manager has been installed. Let me launch it. I have launched Hyper-V, so you can just ignore my previous virtual machine which I have created. Let me show you that how we can create a new Hyper-V. Let me show you how we can create a new virtual machine. Before that, we need to make some basic settings. The first thing is just right click your device and go to the Hyper-V settings. Here the first thing is that where exactly you wanted to save your virtual hard disk. So I have created a directory in C drive. I'm going to select that. So I wanted to save my new virtual hard disk in CVM. This is about virtual machines, where exactly I would like to save my virtual machine configuration. So I have selected both as same location. Let me click on OK. Other thing is I have to do the configuration for the virtual switch manager. In virtual switch manager, I can see that there is one default switch over here. Even if I am not doing anything, my virtual machine can be created, but I would like to create a specific switches for my virtual machine. So if I'm going to use the default switch, what will happen that it will be having access to the internet, as well as all local machines can talk to each other. But I would like to isolate the things. So I'm saying that this thing is optional, but I would highly recommend. So the first thing is I'm going to create one internal switch. Let me make it VLAN 1 with the name internal. Apply. So what I have done is that I have created an internal switch. So any Windows 10 or Windows 11 device, if it is part of this VLAN 1, they can talk to each other, but it will not be having access to the internet because it is an internal network. You can see what I have selected, internal network. Same way I'm going to create another one. This time name I'm going to select external, and let me make it name also external. So what I have done is, here I am selecting my external network, that which external card it is going to use. It could be a LAN card or my Wi-Fi. So my wireless LAN will be used for this device to be used as an external. That's it, done. It might look complex, but it's pretty much very easy. I'm going to show you that how it is going to work when I'm going to create virtual machine. So my Hyper-V configuration, a very basic configuration, has been done. What I need is, now I have to download the ISO for Windows 10 or Windows 11. See, if I have to create, I can simply go and create the virtual machine right now also if I go to quick create, but that's not what I would be going with. Let me show you what exactly is quick create. If I click over here, it will show me the list of operating systems which I can use, but I'm not going to use any dev beta version or anything, so I would like to download on my own. So I'm not going any dev environment. Let's click on close. So you can see that Ubuntu Windows 11 dev environment I can choose with. I have launched my Edge browser. I'm going to download Windows 11 ISO. Simply in Google search for download Windows 11. The very first link, whatever you see, just click on that. Here I have multiple options, don't get confused with anything. So simply I am interested for the ISO file. Here I can see download Windows 11 disk image ISO file. This is what I need to boot the system and install the Windows 11 on virtual machine. Select the download. It's a multi-edition ISO. Click on download button. I have to choose the product language. Let me choose English. Click on confirm. Windows 11 English, and it has given me a link to download. Click on 64-bit download. So now what exactly is happening? It is downloading my ISO Windows 11 22H2 version ISO file. Let's wait for some time. My ISO has been downloaded. Let me now download Windows 10 ISO. Again, go to the Google, search for Windows 10, download Windows 10. Click over here, download Windows 10 disk image ISO file. Downloading of Windows 10 ISO will be a bit different because Windows 11 is a very straightforward process, but for Windows 10 what you need to do is you have to download the tool, and that tool will be used. I have to click on download tool now, and that tool will be used to create. I can use the USB or I can use the ISO option. So let me show you how it goes. Click on download tool. Once it is downloaded, let me launch media creation tool. It will launch Windows 10 setup. Okay, click on accept. Now I can see the option upgrade this PC now, or second option is create installation media. I am interested in creating the installation media. It is giving me option to use. I can create the USB flash drive, DVD or ISO file. Click on next. It has selected the language, edition, architecture. Click next. Now here it is asking the USB flash drive. If I select this option, it is going to download all the media into a USB flash drive to install for a physical device, but I'll need it for the virtual machine. I'm going to use an ISO file. Now it's asking where exactly you want to save. So I will be providing the path where I want to download Windows 10, and I will be clicking on save. After waiting for a couple of minutes, my Windows 10 ISO will be downloaded. After waiting for a couple of minutes, I can see I have both the ISOs available, Windows 11 and Windows 10. The size will be somewhere around 4 to 5 GB. Let me say it. Yes, 4.6 GB for Windows 10, and for Windows 11 somewhere around more than 5 GB. I am back to Hyper-V Manager. Let me create Windows 11. Right click your device, new virtual machine. Okay, so on the first page in the wizard, click on next. I'm going to provide the name something like demo Windows 11. So you can see the default location, it is picking CVM, which I configured previously, but I can simply go and change my location as well, but I wanted to keep at one place. Okay, now this is the page, generation 1 and generation 2. The latest version is generation 2. It's a 64-bit OS and it supports the UEFI. It's enable secure boot and other options will be available only in generation 2. So it is highly recommended to select the second option. Now this is where it is asking that how much RAM I would like to allocate. So if your device is only at 4 GB, then don't specify the 4 GB because you won't be able to run it. So I have ample amount of RAM, so I am okay with 4096 MB, means 4 GB. Now I have to select the connection, which LAN I would like to select. You remember that I created two connections. One was VLAN 1 internal and one is external. So default one is something which got created automatically. So I just, for the demonstration purpose, I would like to go with only with VLAN 1 so that it is not connecting to internet. Click on next. So it's saying that this will be the hard disk name, demo-windows11.vhdx. vhdx is the extension and the location, again it's CVM. So this is the file. It will be a huge file. You can see it's showing as 127 GB. So it doesn't mean that the size it is going to occupy the 127 GB of this size. It is showing the maximum size. The disk will be dynamic, means it will keep on growing up to 127 GB. Click next. Now I'm going to select the operating system, the ISO file through which I can install the OS. Click on browse. This is where I downloaded my ISO. Click specify the Windows 11 ISO. Done. Next. Verify the settings and click on finish. I am ready to start my virtual machine for the installation, but before that I would like to make some changes. Right click the Windows 11 device, means this virtual machine, and go to settings. Okay, so you can see that I have actually 16 processors. So by default it has assigned 8 virtual processors, which is showing as somewhere around percentage of total system resources 50. So it is going to occupy 50 system resources. So based upon your processor, whatever the settings it is going to take, you can still modify. For example, if I make it 16, you can see 100% of system resources has been assigned. If I make it 4, it will be making it 25. So you have complete control. So let me just give 4 virtual processor. This is the RAM. So virtual processor, I would say, rather than virtual processor, this RAM is more important based upon that what exactly you have to specify. So here, even though I have specified 4 GB, but enable dynamic memory is also enabled, which can take the RAM, minimum RAM of 500 MB, maximum this much of RAM. So I can go with this option, or I would prefer not to go with this, so that it can never go above 4 GB. So I can see over here I have selected 4 GB of RAM. I made the changes. Processor, you can see in the blue color, right? So this is the hard disk. I can create more hard disks also by clicking on the hardware. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make this video pretty much very simple. This is the network adapter. So here I have selected the VLAN internal. In case if I want to have internet access also for this device, I will be clicking on add hardware, networking, and then I can simply go and create the external network switch also, but would like to make it very minimal. Here if I go to the checkpoint, I have selected that the by default setting is enable checkpoint. Yes, it is enabled and it's good. I can take the snapshots of my device. Use automatic checkpoints. Let me just uncheck it because it is going to create first checkpoint, which I don't want. And where exactly the checkpoint will be saved? At CVM. I think the extension is AVHDX. I will be showing it later that how it works. Let's click on OK. So now I'm good to go. So if I show you my DVM folder, you can see over here it created a virtual machine. Virtual machines are over here, and you can have a look. The size of my virtual machine only 4 MB. So the moment I'm going to start it, the moment the installation will happen, it will keep on growing. Let's start. Right click your device and click on connect. One more time I will be going into the settings, because it is Windows 11. I need to make a change over here. So if I go to the secure boot, I have to enable trusted platform module, because that is the requirement for Windows 11, that TPM should be enabled. Click on OK. Done. Let me initiate the installation. Click on connect. My device will be starting and it will be asking to boot from the CD. I have to press enter, press any key to boot from CD or DVD. You have to be pretty much very quick so that you can boot from the DVD. So DVD means I'm talking about the ISO file, because here ISO file is acting like a DVD. I can see the Windows 11 setup has been launched, and that DVD you can change the option from here also, media, DVD drive, and see the ISO. I can click on insert disk and I can select other ISO as well, for example Windows 10. So here, once everything looks okay, verify the settings, click on next for Windows 11 installation and click on install now. Click on I don't have a product key, so that I would like to have Windows 11 evaluation version, and select the operating system. I can see Windows 11 Home, Education, Pro, Education. So many versions are there. I would like to go with Windows 11 Pro. You can select any OS. Accept the conditions. Click next. Okay, so it's not an upgrade, it's a fresh installation. So I'm going to select the second option, custom. Now it is showing my C drive, the disk 127 GB of disk. So I just need to click on next. It will be create the partition. Everything will be ready automatically. And here you go, that the installation has begun. Copying Windows file, getting files ready for installation, then install features, installing updates, finishing up. You can see the installation is done. Within next 10 seconds it is going to restart, and it will take me to the out of box experience. After restarting the PC, I can see I am into the out of box experience. Select the country or region, select keyboard, skip it. You can see it's Windows 11 and it is not allowing me to continue because I don't have internet connection. So it means I need to have the external connection, then only I can continue. So what is the solution for that? Simply I have to attach an external card, network card. Let's click on right click, turn off, and I'm going to attach external card. Under add hardware, select network adapter, click on add, and now see another network adapter has been added. Under virtual machine, I am going to select external, click on apply, and OK. So now if I go and look into my Windows 11 device, I have internal card as well and external card. So I am hoping this time I won't be getting any error. This time it is able to detect the internet connection and checking for the updates. It's asking to provide the name of the device. Let me make it demo Win11. Click next. So now I have an option to click on setup for personal use or setup for work or school. If I go and click on setup for work or school, I can register my device into the Intune if I have account available with me. I am clicking on setup for personal use. Provide user credentials. You need to have an account with Microsoft to log in. Let me authenticate my account. Authentication is completed. Now it's giving me an option that that I can restore it from my previous OS, means previous device. Click on view my more options. I'm just clicking on that setup as a new device and click on next. I'm going to create a pin. Apart from password, I can also use a pin. So that's the beauty of Windows 11, that as the TPM is enabled, so it is going to save the pin. And finally, it is asking for a few customization. I'm just skipping for the time being. I'm clicking on skip. My device is again rebooted, and now this time it is creating the profile and other stuff. And here I can see I have logged on to the Windows 11 device, already logged on. So I have a fully functional Windows 11 device virtual machine. I just wanted to show you something, that as my Windows 11 device is ready, this is a virtual machine which is somewhere around 10 GB of size, even though I specified 128 GB. So now let me take a snapshot of it. Right click and click on checkpoint. So it is going to be pretty much very fast. Done. So what I just did it, you can see, you can have a look over here that it created another file. So this is my original VHDX, and this is the second file which got created with the name of .avhdx with a smaller file size. So what I just did it, that whatever I'm going to do right now on this device by installing any application or something, it will simply go install, and I can, if I face any issue, I can simply go back to my previous state. And how I can go? This is my checkpoint. I have to right click and just click on apply. The moment I click on apply, I will come back to the original state where actually I have taken the snapshot, the checkpoint. I hope you like this video, and this might help you creating your own lab virtual machines using the Hyper-V on Windows 10 and Windows 11 device. Thank you.